launching our new app, ScanLife. And we had a lot of good buzz today. We've got a lot of hits on television and on radio, and we're feeling really excited. We've got good response coming into the newsroom. Can I talk just a little bit too about what ScanLife is for those of you who aren't familiar with it? It's a new application that you can download on your iPhones or your Blackberries, and it's a new way for the Journal to interact in an even more rapid way with the public. By the way, we're really hoping that people will give us lots of feedback on what they want to see from ScanLife. As it stands right now, when you scan the barcode in the paper, which is in a number of sections of the paper, today it's in the bistro section in particular, a lot of good recipes and downloads with that. But right now you just get lots of extra content, but we're very keen to hear what Journal subscribers and advertisers are interested in learning with ScanLife, and we want to know what you want to see us delivering to you with this new technology. ScanLife, just briefly, comes from a company called ScanBuy. And it's a leading global provider of mobile barcodes that use the camera phone as the link between the physical world and the digital world. So what the ScanLife program does is turns your smartphone into a camera, right? So you shoot or wave your smartphone over the barcode, and that's how the content jumps from the paper into your smartphone. And you only have to do it once, and then you can download, if you're just driving around your car and you really want to know what's on John McKinnon's mind today, and I know you all want to know that, you'll be able to download that information from wherever you are at any time and get to John's blog or what other things he's working on at the time. Now I'd like to introduce you to the publisher of the Edmonton Journal, John MacDonald, and he's going to talk a little bit about this exciting new time for our paper. John.
Thank you very much, Leanne. Do you have a better voice? I have to shout into this one.
Shout, that's all. It's easy.
Once again, thanks to everybody for coming tonight. This is an incredibly great turnout and exceeded our expectations. So I think that says a lot about the interest that is out there for news and also for the ScanLife technology. Before I get into sort of some of the details, I do want to put a plug in for our team at the Journal. I know I'm going to leave people out, and I know that I don't mean to do that, but I have to tell you that Sandra Morocco, Kathleen Samia, Shelley Nuttall, and Barb Wilkinson have really done an outstanding job in sort of bringing this kind of idea up through management. This came up through the grassroots. I think it has something to do with a shoe shopping expedition in Manhattan. But I'll take any good idea regardless of where it came from. But in any event, this is a good example of the Journal team embracing new technology and looking for new ways for us to interact with our important advertisers and our important readers. So ScanLife technology, Leanne talked about that. I think it's important to note that we're one of the first media companies in North America to be using this. It's primarily been used in the US with some papers as well as Golf Digest and Esquire, so if you want to go shopping or look for golf clubs, you can try it. And really, for us, this gives us an opportunity to interact with our readers in a way that we wouldn't normally be able to do. And this is your newspaper, this is your city, and this is a fantastic technology for us to bring higher value-added solutions not only to our advertisers, but also to create an ongoing and systemic dialogue with readers about what matters most to them. We're just coming out of the field with some research about Edmontonians and how they look at technology and news in general. And one of the startling things that jumped out at me was that among Edmontonians, in the last 24 hours, they use an average of 3.9 sources to get their news in the last 24 hours. They use 8.9 sources in the last week. So clearly, there's a proliferation of alternative devices, whether they're smartphones or your internet connection or TV or whatever, and it's really important for us to understand how we can add value to readers and how we can take advantage of the multiple platforms to bring you the news when you want it, how you want it, and in the format that you want it. So we're really hoping that this will be an opportunity for us to learn not only how the technology can be applied to us meeting your needs, but also how we can use it to help the needs of our all-important advertisers. And on that note, we're particularly proud that we're working with Claritas on this as our first venture with Scan Technology. We worked with them, I think, starting 17 years ago on the first hospital lottery in Edmonton, and over those years have helped them to raise over $25 million for their very charitable and worthwhile causes. And we're absolutely delighted that they were able and willing to take the plunge with us to try something new and to learn side by side with us. And so we're very, very excited. They were willing to take that risk and come on board with us. And in the month of July, you'll start to see some contests where the prizes are worth at least $100, I'm told. And you'll have a chance to win prizes using this technology. And then again in August, you'll start to see the easy codes out in the Caritas lottery that will be happening then. So we think we're just scratching the surface. We think it's a great opportunity for not only us to learn how to leverage it, but also to learn about one another and what's important and what works. So we're so thrilled about it. I'm very proud of the team that pulled it together, and I'm very honored and delighted that we have a partner in Caritas Hospital Foundation, their board of directors, John Boucher, who have been with us all the way and had faith in us, and we have every intention of not letting you down on this one. So thank you, everybody, and I hope you all enjoy yourselves tonight.
Thank you, John. Now I'd like to ask John Boucher to come forward. He's the president and CEO of Caritas, and he's going to talk a little bit about the organization's mission. John.
Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Scantastic Party. My name is John Boucher. I'm president of the Caritas Hospital Foundation. If I could just quickly acknowledge a couple of people that are here. Our board of directors for the foundation are volunteers, so I just want to tip my hat to my board of directors. My chair is here, Court Smith, Craig Toms is here, our newest board member, Aaron Holowich, is here, Rob Christie's in the back, Craig Toms, I think Pierre Krevlin was here. These are the guys that, Tom Marisiak's over here, sorry. These are the guys that really sort of guide the foundation and everything that we try and do and raise money for the Edmonton General, the Grey Nuns, and the Misericordia, and their mission of caring for over 115 years in this community. They're the founders of healthcare. We're still here, and hopefully we'll be here a whole lot longer. As far as our home lottery goes, we took a risk 17 years ago in introducing a hospitals lottery concept into the Edmonton market, and it was somewhat of a calculated risk when you have partners like the Edmonton Journal and the following that they have and the tradition that they have within this community of being able to learn daily from their paper, be well connected with the community. They've been very, very charitable to us also in our golf tournament. We were the first, I think, one of the first golf tournaments in the Edmonton market where we acknowledged our sponsors, and without our sponsors and our donors, we're just nothing in terms of raising money for the community that relies on us so often. Within the Caritas Health Groups, or the Caritas Health Group Covenant Health now, Caritas Hospitals Foundations that we raise money for, we've got over 500,000 people that come through the doors. It's kind of ironic when you look at it. 500,000 people a year go through the doors of the Edmonton General, the Grey Nuns, and the Misericordia, and there still are facilities worth recognizing, like the University, the Royal Alec, the Stollery, the Glenrose, and on and on and on. So thank you so much, Don, for your support over the last 17 years and hopefully for the next 100 years into the future. I also want to recognize my Stride management team who is in charge of our lottery out of Calgary. We've really wanted to make this an Alberta lottery where everything we do from our call center to our design is built here along with our vendors. So thank you to Bob Wallace from Stride Management, Dean Faithful. Gord Whitehead is a part of our home lottery committee. He's been absolutely tremendous to work with. And as far as it relates to the lottery itself, I mean, and this whole application with the ScanLife, I mean, my hat is off to John McDonald, to John Conley, to Gord Deeks, Peter Steblick, and I'll save the best for last. This wasn't a risk for us. Working with an organization like the Edmonton Journal, it was an absolute win, and I could just imagine how many companies in Edmonton would love to have this opportunity to partner with the Edmonton Journal to introduce something so new as ScanLife and the Scantastic Party. We're looking forward to this lottery this year. As John mentioned, over the years we've raised 25 million actual dollars for the hospitals and their research and education, new programs and services. We were just at the Misericordia today. I got to give them a quick little shot of this program at the Misericordia called Compru. Years ago, now it's called IRSM, is one of the only programs anywhere in the world for head and neck reconstruction. So if you can imagine somebody born with a birth defect, cancer, any type of trauma to the head, they have the ability through all the technology now to give these people quality of life with new ears, new nose, new tongues, new mouths from all the various cancers. And we have the privilege within Caritas Foundation and Covenant Health to have that program at our Misericordia site. it's as equal, I think, in terms of the importance of care as the Stollery is, as the Heart Institute is, and it's only one of 4 programs anywhere in the world, and we have it here. And to date, we've given that program almost $2.5 million. We're going to give them another $500,000 this year for leading edge technology. As far as the ScanLife goes, this is something brand new to us, and having that competitive edge. I can imagine how many lotteries and charities would have liked this opportunity to partner with the Edmonton Journal. So I don't know how much more I can say than thank you so much, John, to you and your team. And the best is for the last, and that is for Sandra Morocco. I met Sandra about 6-7 months ago in Calgary with members of her team. I think Stroud McDonald was there. And I'm a part of the Spirit of Edmonton Grey Cup Committee, and we had an opportunity to meet with Sandra and talk about who we are. And of course I wanted a little bit of money from her, and she wouldn't give it to me. So we started looking at everything that we've done with the Journal over the last number of years, and all of a sudden this fell onto our lap. And when John says that it was, taking a risk from the foundation, there was absolutely no risk. This woman is a man of vision. She's a woman of action. And her accountability and getting attention to detail is absolutely second to none. So I thank you so much, Sandra, for allowing us to be a part of this. You're absolutely number one. So thank you very much on behalf of the foundation.
Thank you, John. Now I just like to take a minute to thank Earls very much for partnering with the Edmonton Journal today. And I'm going to just recognize a couple of staff members, if they wouldn't mind just waving, it would be helpful. Michael Gage Harris, Operations Leader at Earls. Michael, are you here? No? No wave?
Very back, very back.
Yeah, okay, good. Robert Akai, General Manager. Robert? No? Maybe? Maybe later. Now here's the star in my mind, Luke Robitaille, the head chef. Yeah. Now Luke was very helpful to me as I put together part of my story for today's paper, for today's journal. In the bistro section, we did a special spread on sliders, which, as you probably know, are those little wee, teeny tiny, perfect little bite-sized hamburgers that have been circulating around. And Luke gave us his recipe for an onion jam, which I very much appreciate. So it's no coincidence that one of the prizes that we have to give away today is a special slider package with these really great slider accessories that I picked up from Crate and Barrel in Calgary. A great slider barbecue basket and a slider press set, as well as a couple of great bottles of wine, which are also going to be donated and in our prize pack for later. So speaking of the wine bar, how many times have you guys gone to the liquor store and thought to yourself, I think I read something in the paper about that wine and now I can't remember what it is? Anybody? Or am I the only one? Yeah. Clearly I'm in the liquor store a lot more than you are. So anyway, but what we're doing at the wine bar tonight I think is really great, because if you go to the wine bar and you use your smartphones, your iPhone, your BlackBerry, or your Android network phone, you can download all the information to do with the wine that we're drinking tonight. So if you enjoyed it, you can download it, you can find out what its properties and qualities are, and next time you're in the liquor store, you'll have that at the ready so that you'll remember what you always wanted to buy. So, and I'd like to thank Nick Lees for manning the wine bar for us there. Thank you, Nick, for providing all that information. Nick writes a weekly column on wine in the bistro section of the Edmonton Journal, and it's a real help when it comes to pairing food with wine. So I'd just like to take a couple of minutes now at this point before I tell you about the great prize and just introduce a few key people from the Edmonton Journal's newsroom. Again, if I could sort of wave or step forward, that would be helpful. Alan Mayer is our editor-in-chief. Alan, there he is. Barb Wilkinson is the executive editor. Carrie Powell, features editor. Features is the most important section of the paper, we know. Now, there's a lot of our writers and bloggers here today. Our Eskimos writer, Mario Anakariko. Yeah, I pronounced that right, didn't I? Yeah. Jamie Hall, arts writer and pets blogger. There she is, Vision in Black and White. Richard Helm, our books editor. Richard, there he is. Terry McConnell, Venting and Telescope. Thank you, Terry. Sandra Speronis, our very popular music writer and blogger. Thank you, Sandra. Curtis Stock, sports writer and blogger. Yes. Now Mark Suits, web producer and beer blogger. Where is that beer man? Very popular. Cam Tate, journal writer and good news blogger. Over here, wave Cam. Liz With, the arts writer. I don't know if Liz is here. And Scott McKean, our city columnist. Best dressed city columnist in all of Edmonton. No doubt about it. And then, of course, Nick Lees. Oh God! The second best city columnist. Because, of course, right behind over here is Paula Simons, our other city columnist, who is a vision in blue and green. Oh man, that was a terrible faux pas. So also want to thank some of the bloggers and tweeters that are with us here tonight. Valerie Rogers, I think Chris Falconer is here, I'm not sure. Mac Mail. Sharon Yo has perhaps not arrived yet. We'll be here soon. So okay, now I'm going to tell you about the fun game we're going to play. Now everyone in the room here has who's with the Journal has one of these barcodes around their neck, and the fun game is to run around as fast as you can and scan all the lanyards that you can scan, because one of those lanyards is a secret lanyard and has something in it that will tell you that you're going to get a really great prize, the aforementioned bag of wine and goodies from Crate and Barrel. So please do make the rounds, introduce yourself, you know, don't be shy, take pictures of the lanyards. And finally, one more thing, we just like you to tell us what you think as you're wandering around the room tonight. We want to hear your thoughts about ScanLife and the Journal, and we want to hear what we can do to make it better for you. So you can go to your comment, or you can give comments rather, at scanme@thejournal.canwest.com, and we'll look forward to hearing more from you later. So thanks very much. Get scanning those barcodes for that great prize. Thank you.